know that was the name of the tree. He said, just don't touch that tree. But look what happened. Go ahead, bro.
And the serpent said unto the woman.
She already going off by even holding this conversation. That's off the top. She's already going off by holding this conversation. Go ahead.
And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die.
You said you ain't gonna die. Go ahead.
For the Most High doeth know, when in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
Now that's true, but that ain't what we was instructed to do though. It's like telling your kid, hey, don't go across the street, but I know how to cross it. I didn't ask you if you knew how to cross the street. I told you don't go the hell over there. And that's exactly the same thing, because you gotta damn near treat these women like children. Any man that's running his house right, he knows you gotta instruct and treat these women damn near like children. Like children that are supposed to have a more thorough mind of thinking. Supposed to. A lot of them don't have it, but they're supposed to. So you can give them deeper instruction, more thorough instruction than you would give a small child. But you still have to instruct them what to and what not to do, and even the specifics of it. And it's not to be mean, it's just so shit gets done the right way. Because when you don't, this is what happens. He instructed her the right way, and look what she did anyway. Wait, but I didn't ask you to fucking think. I just asked you to do what I asked you to do. What I told you to do.
It says, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes.
The flesh.
Wrong time, right?
Wrong time.
And a tree to the desire to make one wise.
And to make one wise, so she definitely, Adam's wise. I want to be wise too. He didn't say you were supposed to be all that. You ain't supposed to be all of that. The Most High set you up what you were supposed to be.
Hey, this truly makes sense why there's majority women in the college, in the food system.
Yeah, man.
Women outnumber men on a high level. The percentage is high of the amount of women than men in college.
Yep.
There's a reason behind that. Because the Lord required her as some wisdom. That's why.
That's right.
But it started back then.
Yep.
All of a sudden, I want wisdom. I want to be wise.
Yeah.
So let me listen to the serpent and see what he got to teach. What he gonna teach me? You know.
You're gonna listen to a whole nother man.
And that's why these bitches know a lot of wicked. They everywhere, man.
Are you saying
And they know a lot of wicked,
Yes.
a lot of wicked things, man. Excuse me.
Because we're talking about bitches.
Well, she know what the real definition is.
Yeah. It's in the Bible.
You really not qualified to even speak on what we're dealing with.
Yeah,
Just to be quite blunt.
Okay.
You might ask you, enjoy your drink. And have a nice
Happy
day.
birthday, whatever. All right,
too.
go ahead.
Now, where was I at?
Wonton.
Right?
Wonton.
But this the devil's, that's that's Esau's women. That's
Yeah, man.
that's all top.
They have no order. This wasn't given to all the nations. It's amazing because you look at some of the other nations, and they're in order. The only two nations that ain't in order is our people, the women of our nation, and the women of the white, or the women of the Edom. They're the only ones that ain't got no order. And that's why our women follow after them white women, so-called white women. Because they want to be out of order and have a voice and do all these things and be out of order and break up the home. Now that's what the so-called Edomite women or so-called white women do. They talk like that in public, but when the shit come down to it, they obedient at home. They making sure their man is taken care of right at home. But ours aren't. They giving our man holy hell when we get to the house.
Verse 6, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes.
Wait, I can learn. I just learned something from this. I learned that I can actually talk to this man and nothing happened. No, you ain't supposed to talk to that man. I just learned that I can get information and I can know something, that this tree is good. All this stuff that just sparked out of her even holding the conversation and doing what her man told her not to do. Because I didn't obey him, I'm doing something else. Guess all this can come out of it. Go ahead, bro.
And a tree to be desired to make one wise. She took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto
Like,
her husband.
she didn't just give it to Adam so he was wise. She ate it too because she wanted to be wise. Going back to what the bro said about the whole school and college system. You know? So how you doing? So you can be able
And
to,
that's how, if you notice, if you ever been with a woman that got a so-called college education,
oh yeah.
she gonna always think she can outsmart you. She
Yeah.
thinks she know more than you.
Yeah,
You can't never tell her shit.
tell
Oh,
you
I
this.
got my doctor's degree in this and that. I got my PhD in that. That's that attitude, man.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the attitude she had when she went and learned all that bullshit from this devil and
Yeah.
came back to her husband like she was deep
Yeah.
and was trying to feed all that poison to him.
Yeah.
And then he like, well, shit, this my only helpmate. You know,
Yeah.
this my helpmate.
I ain't got no one else to talk to.
You know
I'll
what
talk
I'm
to
saying?
her about it. So he ate it
So I
up.
gave her to me. I'm gonna see what she said.
And that
What
goes-
she talking about?
And that goes back to First Esdras, 4 and 20. 20. No, that's a little lower. Let me see. I'll read it again.
You know? They feel like they doing you a
25.
service by teaching you the bullshit that they didn't sucked up through some other man.
I'll read it anyway. 22 anyway.
That's these college women.
It says I'm gonna read it anyway, but the point is here in 25.
Ask a college graduate woman what's her nationality. That's easy. She gonna tell you some bullshit. But she's supposed to be supposedly got wisdom or she knows
Knowledge,
she got knowledge, she's educated. She don't know shit, man.
She's only educated in being stupid. That's
Being
what
retarded,
Esau's
man.
whole fool system was about. He educates you to making sure you're a fool. That's it. But we read it. It said, wherefore man, Adam ate it up because of this. First Ezra chapter 4, verse 25. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother, because he desires his woman over everything. So he gonna let me make sure I may please my wife, the things of the world that I may please my wife. So I'm gonna do what she says. She said this is supposed to be wisdom. I want to be closer to be like God, like the serpent told her. She probably didn't even tell her. She probably didn't even tell him that she had the conversation with the serpent. But he just, ate it up like a dumbass.
And he did eat.
And he did eat.
And
He
the
went
eyes,
up by doing it.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
They knew that they were naked. Now they know it. It's not about physically naked. It's about they knew that they didn't have the full understanding of everything going on now. Now, you need a certain, you need the Most High to not come down, but you need to come down, is what he did, and deliver you the things to do that are righteous. Now, and try to keep you away from the things that are wicked. But now, because you're undressed or unclothed, that you're naked, you have options now. I can do left-hand side shit wicked or right-hand side wicked. When all before you knew was all righteous. Stop here. 3:16. Because this is the way.
Let me get this.
Okay, go ahead.
So what? 25 and 26. 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin,
Yep.
and through her we all die.
But see, let's
That
not
was it right
act
there.
like that was the way it happened. Because she held that conversation, got that information from the serpent, and then gave it to her man. Matter of fact, get it also. You read it already. You read it.
It's Timothy.
Yeah, Timothy. You
No, I
read it.
didn't read it.
You didn't read it?
I was in
First Timothy 2.
1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
She was open to be deceived by the serpent. It wasn't Adam that was deceived. It was the woman that was deceived and then deceived her husband into that information. That's where the transgression was at. Is that all of it? Okay, yeah, so that was the whole point right there. Now we 3:16. Unless you got something else.
No, verse 8. And they heard the voice of the Lord power walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord power amongst the trees of the garden.
Yep. They tried to hide themselves like the Most High couldn't see them.
They in the midst of they dibbling and dabbling among all these philosophies that the serpent can open them up to now.
Yep. By eating that one tree.
They tried to hide themselves, man, with that, man. The Most High, he saw everything. He already knew. And it says, and the Lord power called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou?
Called him out.
And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself.
Now he tried to come correct to the Lord. He's like, man, I was scared because I know I fucked up a minute ago, man. I messed up. You know, I was scared, so I don't. Wait, keep going. We're gonna say it good. We're gonna say it real good.
And he said, who told thee that thou was naked?
Wait. You hiding because you were scared and because you were naked. Wait. Who told you that you were naked? How'd you find that out? You ain't supposed to know that. Like, oh, he ain't even mad that I'm naked or that I hid. He's mad that I know that I'm naked. Because he knows.
So we have to know that you received that knowledge that he told you to stay away from.
That you received that knowledge from that tree that you weren't supposed to mess with. Exactly.
And he said, and he said, who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat?
Did you eat off that tree I told? Did you touch what I didn't tell you to touch?
And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat.
Hey, you gave the woman you gave me this tree. I thought she knew better. She gave me the knowledge of that tree. I didn't know. Like I said, she didn't tell that she talked to the serpent.
The first time recorded in history that a man listened to his damn woman, and you saw the outcome after that.
We said it earlier, right?
and that's this present shit today.
And we read it. Women cause the. Wait. I want to get it. What did it say in the other one? I'm trying to recall what it said without going that far. I'm gonna say it though. I'm gonna read it anyway. Isaiah 3. We're gonna give it a second. It says, hold on. No. It says, read it again. 1 Esdras chapter 4 and 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sake. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. Adam was the first to do it. Right? The first to listen to his woman and the first to sin. Because he went off with her. Well, the transgression was with Eve, but he was the first man to go off. And sin, right? Now I'm going to bring this out. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. That shows you right there that women are ruling over the men. We're going to bring this back later, too. It says, they which lead thee, cause thee to err. Many have erred and sinned and gone out of their wits for women, right? And destroyed the way of thy paths. And the reason they do that is because they don't like the way of the Lord. They don't like their position. They don't like what the job that they have to do. Like that's not a matter of fact. If we go into more into the 3rd chapter or the 4th chapter of 1 Esdras, it tells you the job of what women had to do. That they had jobs to rear up the children, to raise up the kings, to help nourish the king himself or the man, the husband. There were certain things that women had to do that were vital and important. But they didn't want that role. They want to go out and do what men do. Go to war and talk shit and be out there being gawked at and get all the attention. That's not what they're there for. Oh, you got it, right? Did you have more after 9 or whatever?
I was at 13. Basically when the Lord found out.
Okay, yeah. Go to 16.
Genesis 3 and 13. And the Lord power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done?
What is this what did you just do? Who told you to do that? You see, that's why I believe she didn't tell about the serpent man. They ain't even blaming the serpent right now because he was cunning. He put it on her and then got up out of there where she couldn't even put it back on him. Go ahead.
And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me and I did eat. And the Lord power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat and all the days of thy life.
Yep.
Meaning
That's
you're going to be
pass.
accursed in the earth.
Yep.
You're going to be a confused motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
You're going to be constantly just all over the place. You're going to be a vagabond. You just,
Your seed is going to
curse
be the
you.
lowest on the earth.
you're going to be a base, man.
The most abased man on the earth. Because it ain't just about the belly of a snake. This is talking about a man. The spirit of a man back then. Which that same serpent man, the devil, the wicked, Satan, which means adversary, the devil, Satan means adversary, devil means deceiver, was a so-called white man, Edom, Esau in the Bible. The people of Edom. Go ahead.
And I will
which
put-
is a so-called white man today.
Right.
Doing the same things he did back in the garden.
And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed.
I will put enmity between you and Israel. When I divide this line down, I'm gonna put enmity between y'all down. It's a prophecy going that he's talking about here.
And between thy seed and her seed,
All the way through time.
it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
Bruise the head and the heel. You know, that's a prophecy of Jacob and Esau that comes in later in the 25th chapter of Genesis. Read verse 16.
Verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply.
Unto Eve, he's talking to Eve now. Because the woman in that was talking about Israel, which is known as a comely woman. You know, but now he's talking about Eve herself now. Go ahead.
Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
I will multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. Because before this moment right here, there were no birth pains. There were no birth pains. Having a baby was like passing a bowel movement. It was almost considered pleasurable. It was just something that happened. You wasn't like, oh my God, I'm in all this pain. But now after this, now I'm plague you with all this pain for bringing forth children. Go ahead.
In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy
And
husband.
your desire should be to your husband. I'm gonna have to put that more in you, that you're gonna desire to be towards your husband more, like I created you to be. Continue.
And he shall rule over thee.
And he shall rule over thee. That's the way it's supposed to be. Because that goes back to the order in 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter we talked about. He should be over thee and rule over you. Just like a man rules over his children, he has to rule over his woman, right? So she understands the right guideline, because it doesn't start. You can't skip the order. It goes the Most High God, the Lord, the man, and then the woman. When you take anyone out of that, it messes up the order of life. It messes up the order of life when you mess up that order. But the man got to be right in his mind with the Lord. If he ain't attached to the Lord, that ain't a good man anyway. But for a woman that needs to, matter of fact, it's like, bro, get 1 Timothy 2 and 9.
That's what I read that already.
No, but I want 9.
Oh,
Hold on. So, I mean, lead into it. So a woman that needs to be in the Lord needs that man to be into the Lord. That's what we read in Corinthians 11th chapter, in the 11th verse. Neither the man is not without the woman, and the woman is not without the man in the Lord. Now get that, bro.
1 Timothy 2 and 9. In like manner also that women adore themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works.
Which becometh women professing godliness with good works, not by appearance. Because all the things that named in the 9th verse was about appearance, about beautiful, well-set hair, and costly array, nice clothing, and pearls, and all those other
That's
things.
deceitful.
Yeah.
Behold, not every woman's beauty, man. A bitch can, I mean, it's examples of that even in Israel, man.
Yep.
You call them so-called sisters.
Right.
You know, they appear to look like they, you know, women that are decent, but it's just the outward appearance, man.
That's right.
She could turn out to be the biggest demon you would ever meet.
I got testimony, bro. My BM, she walking around covered up, arms and shoulder and long dresses, head wrapped and covered all up and everything like she's supposed to be. But when I ask her about, oh, did you read today? Did you do this? Did you do all the righteous things that I asked you to do? Are you in order under me? No. With reproach, impudence, and what's the other one? Reproach and
Impudency,
hold on, I gotta get the right word, man, because that's exactly the definition of what goes down. It's right here. And anger, impudence, and much reproach. That's exactly what she gives me. So she looks like she's a godly woman, but she ain't behaving like a godly woman with good works. Keep reading. Come on, keep going.
verse 11.
Read 10 again.
Verse 10. But which becometh women professing godliness with good works.
With good works. Meaning, take care of your husband the right way. So he can take care of the things for the Lord. And then you can go
not
on.
talking to other men.
Right.
Not sleeping around, committing adultery against your man.